I'm Pastor Aaron Harris, and this video is about why looking poor saves you money. In this video, you'll learn the psychology behind the concept of looking poor. And if you watch till the end, then you'll have practical steps on what you can do to start saving money today. We are bombarded with messages telling us to look a certain way and buy certain things so that we can be perceived as being successful. But here's the truth. Many of those things that they want us to buy are just traps that are designed to keep us spending money. But what if there's another way? A way that we could break free from the cycle of consumerism and debt so that we could start building generational wealth. That's where looking poor comes in. And it's not about depriving yourself or never buying anything nice. Instead, it's about making conscious choices and focusing on what truly matters to you. It's about breaking free from the never-ending hamster wheel of consumerism. We scroll through social media and see picture-perfect people on fancy vacation, wearing nice designer clothes, driving expensive cars, and then it happens. Our brain begins to think how nice it would be for us to have those things. But wait, there's more. Every time you turn on a screen, whether it's a phone or a laptop or a tablet or a television, you are bombarded with advertisements that are marketed just for you to buy things that you do not need. But it's time for you to break free from this financial puppet show. Rewrite the narrative and become mindful with your resources so that you can reach your financial vision. And looking poor just may be your secret sauce to financial success. There are many benefits to looking poor. One of the benefits is that it reduces the temptation for impulse purchases. Instead of trying to keep up with the Joneses, keep up with your friends, keep up with people on social media, making sure that you have the latest designer clothes or the latest phone or new gadget that comes out. Instead, you're able to make good and thoughtful financial decisions where you're able to analytically look at your decisions and come to a good conclusion, come to a good decision. In addition to that, the real jackpot is that it helps you shift your focus so that you can focus on what is really important to you and what really matters to you. And some people would make the argument that there are some cons in looking poor, but most of those cons are based off of fears that they have. One of the fears is a fear of judgment, that they don't want to dress down or stop buying expensive things or not driving an expensive car because they feel like people will judge them because of it. But when you look at a lot of billionaires, usually they don't focus on having things like a lot of jewelry and trying to look rich because they already are rich. Another fear that people have is a fear of lost opportunities. They feel like looking like you're rich, having things that make you appear rich, opens up different doors and gives you different opportunities. Although that may be true in some cases, in reality, what it does is it ruins you financially and it messes up your financial future. In addition to that, people have a fear of missing out, where they feel like if they're not getting the latest gadgets that they're missing out on something, or if they're not wearing the designer clothes, they're missing out on something, or if they aren't on the best vacations, then they're missing out on something. But sometimes what we have to do is sacrifice today so that we can live better tomorrow. So here are some practical steps on how looking poor will save you money. The first practical step is to not worry about what people think about you. If you are getting things and spending money so that you can impress others, that will bring you to financial ruin. Instead, all you have to make sure is that you are happy with yourself. Another practical step that you can take is to stop comparing yourself to other people. When you compare yourself to other people on social media or your friends or family members, then what happens is that will usually discourage you. There'll always be someone with more money than you, a bigger house than you, a nicer car than you. So as soon as you compare yourself to someone who has a nice house and you run and you go out and work hard and do all you can to get that house and you finally get that house, then you're gonna look at somebody else who has a nicer house. And it's the same way with a car and everything else. If you are just looking at what other people had, then you will never be satisfied with what you have. So one thing you need to do is you need to stop, look at what you have, and be appreciative for all of the things that you already have. You should also prioritize being rich over looking rich. A lot of people go and they sacrifice actually being rich because they want to go out and they want to look rich. So when you have some money, you should save it and you should invest it. Instead, if you're trying to show off, you'll spend everything that you have. Then at the end of the day, you spend all of your money on depreciating assets, which are things that go down in value, and then you do not have any money left over. The goal for yourself should be to save and invest so that your money can grow over time. You should also be able to say no to good things so that you can say yes to great things. I know people go out there and they're like, oh, this is a good deal, or this is a good price, or this is a good time to buy this or that. But sometimes you have to say no to the good deals so that you can say yes to the great deals. The great deals are the ones that are in line with the financial vision that you have for your future. So once you begin saving money, you should create a separate savings account to be able to hold all the money that you are saving. You may want to put it in an account like a money market account, which makes a small amount of interest so that your money can grow a little bit. In addition to that, you need to make sure that you have a financial vision. You cannot save if you do not have a purpose or a reason to save. But once you have a financial vision, then you're able to set financial goals. Financial goals are checkpoints on the way to your vision. So your vision may be to make $1 million. Your goal may be to make $50,000 in the next 6 months or $100,000 in the next year, and to save half of what you make. Whatever your vision is, you should set goals as checkpoints to reach your vision. Once you have goals, then you come up with a strategy. A strategy is something like a budget that details exactly how you can meet your goals. By having a vision, by having goals, and by having a strategy, then you will be able to save more money if you're not focused on looking rich, but instead you can focus on being rich. So if you want to know more about how you can save more money for your financial future, watch the videos on this page, which is all about financial literacy.